want to get plowed in the ass at 40 miles an hour. Yeah, so I forgot to mention, we're about a week removed from our big slam, our big fall, our hip injury. Thankfully there was no broken bones, but that's why I'm walking funny, so try not to make fun of me too much. How's it going, everybody? This video is going to be about practicing your low speed turns as well as U-turns, give you some tips and tricks on how to do those on flat surface, and eventually you can work your way up to hills, getting steeper and steeper as you go. We're actually going to start out here in this gravel. There's a couple of high spots of gravel here, so we'll have to watch out for those. Once we practice on the gravel, then we're going to take it out to one of the roads nearby and just play around a little bit, show you guys some tips and stuff like that. So here we go. Oh yeah, and Instructor Val's at work, so we get to steal her trusty Sleipner Honda Rebel 500. Play around on that for now, so don't tell her. Looks like might be a little rain clouds on the way, so I won't stay out and play too long, but I can go get a little bit of practice time. Everything's getting so green around here. There's been a ton of moisture lately. The temperature's super nice out. Good time to go ride a motorcycle around. Tip I can give you is when crossing railroad tracks, you can actually stand up on your pegs, use your legs as shock absorbers as you're going over the bumps. Help you from jarring your spine and shattering your teeth quite as much as you normally would. Another tip for you is when you're riding in a straight line, practice your counter steering. You notice I can do it with one finger, push on this left one to go left. I can push on this right one to go right. Push left, go left. Push right, go right. There's counter steering right there for you. Push left, push right. I can even counter steer with one hand, pulling and pushing. Scout out your area ahead of time. See if there's any loose gravel, stuff like that. Looks like there's a little bit here, nothing major, but see what gear we're in, first gear. Yeah, it's a pretty good area to practice. A little slow speed turns. Maybe you can notice when I'm getting ready to turn, here's my headlight, my front of my bike. I turn my head first, looking way over there, so I'm making a left. So my headlight's there, I'm looking almost 45 degrees, so it all starts with the head turn. Then I can add a little body position, leaning towards the outside, and then I can get my bars turned, and I'm leaning my bike in just slightly towards my left leg, and I'm counterbalancing the weight of my motorcycle. And then when there's a car coming along, I want to pull off and not be a dickhead and get out of their way. Once again, when you get going on these straight lines, you can work on pushing, counter steering left and right. We're gonna go get some gas. Maybe. It is Memorial Day, so we'll see. I only have cash, so it might be SOL. And I have a pretty good track record of running out of gas, so downshifting. I think I'm in like 3rd or 4th gear now. If you ever lose what track of gear you're in, you're squeezing your clutch, tap your foot, downshift all the way to the 1st gear at the bottom, and then count your way back up. There's 2nd, 3rd. 3rd's a pretty good gear for this speed. And I ease my clutch out, a little bit of throttle. I didn't have to stop for any of that. I just kept on cruising. Downshift, upshift, find the gear. Try and get gas first. Instructor Val's been riding this thing quite a bit lately. Riding it to work and back. Getting some good practice time in. So we see this car coming at the roundabout. We're going to go ahead and try and shoot it. Wait for this truck, make sure they're stopping. They don't have a flat tire going on. They're all wonky. So you never want to assume, like a roundabout is a good example, never assume that that vehicle is going to stop. Maybe they don't see you at all. So I'm not just going to have wishful thinking and hope, hey, white truck's there, he sees me, he's going to stop, I'll just keep going. I was already slowing down, anticipating he was going to run right into the circle and cut me off. So then he stopped. It was a pleasant surprise. No harm done, right? But if he would have kept going, I would have been ready for it. Wouldn't have to worry about it. A little iffy. Have to inspect our tires real quick. Here's going. Chain looks good. Make sure our tires feel, our tires feel great. Interesting. Don't know. Alright, let's try and go get some gas. Now's a fun game to get to play. It's like it was on you know, quarter tank. So now I get to play the game is guess how much it's gonna take to fill it. 91 is $4.50 a gallon. I don't know. What's that look like? $5-10. Can I get a 10 on 2, please?
10.
Thank you.
No problem.
How much change we get to go back for? Alright. 91. $10 prepay. It's a good habit when you're pumping gas in your bike. Is like a car, you can hit this little automatic lever and leave it chilling. On a bike, it's better to hand hold it. That way you can let go if you see it starting to overflow. Usually it has a good shut-off valve inside when the gas reaches a certain level of these pumps in the nozzle. But some of them don't work very good, so if you just hold on to the lever and you notice it's starting to rise up suddenly and overflow, you can let go. Sometimes those latches that hold it for you, they won't let go and it'll flood all over your tank and paint. Alright, so 705. So that means we get $2.95 back. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Alright. So we got some gasoline. I'm so used to putting my key up top and the Nanaki ignition's in between the handlebars. And valves will sleep nerds around on the side. Most cruisers down here. Alrighty, look at that. Full tank now. That's pretty exciting. Motorcycles are so much fun. I'm really glad I didn't break my hip so I can still ride, man. What a great present that would be. Right at the beginning of spring, summer, just when the weather's getting awesome. I decided to go skateboarding and break my damn hip. So grateful it wasn't as gnarly as it could have been. Yeah, it's got some weird kind of knock going on. Shifting gears. Not sure what it is, but it's definitely noticeable. Right there. Low RPMs, low gear, like a little bit chunky. So we're gonna make a quick detour before we head over to high school. We're gonna go, there's this rec center or something they built right up here. We're gonna go check it out because we saw some kind of little skate park earlier. Go swing by and look at it. Check out the skate park. Turn in here and take a peeky poo. Never been up in here before. See what it's all about. Yeah, check this shit out. Cool fucking little features, huh? Tempted to just ride right up in there and check it out. Yeah, it's just pretty sick. It's pretty small, compact little area, but so it's got some little bowls and shit. Ledges and hovers and shit. Quarter pipe in the back. Yeah, little skateboard. Too bad I didn't know about this place. I could have came and busted my hip over here instead. Yeah, I love it. Woo. Cool little park. Maybe once we're all healed up, we can come play around. I'll dig it. Alright. I've heard it's really small, like undersized inside of there, but whatever. I haven't even been through some of this fancy new neighborhoods yet. as I came to the stop, I'm looking in my rear view. I'm in first gear. I can test it out by using out that clutch of the friction zone, giving it a little throttle, making sure if this red Toyota behind me wasn't gonna stop, I could just punch it, you know, look for a window, and I would just rip it right through this intersection, rather than sit here and get plowed into at 40 miles an hour in the ass. Don't want to get plowed in the ass at 40 miles an hour. There's something wrong with her bike. Don't know what it is, but it don't feel too good. Don't feel too good. Like these little slow speed limit streets. 25 miles per hour, we're speeding. Doing 3 over. Watch out. Gonna get us. They gonna get us. To have a license again. We can go cruising around and play. Notice you can always use stuff on the road like sewer covers, this little paint on the ground, whatever there is, this little mark, I can swerve around it, practice my swerve. Throw a hand up, tell the pretty people. For little chitlins and doubles. I'm running out of there. We're gonna go pull up in the high school parking lot here and see if we can play around just a little bit for a minute. Kind of a cool little tree sculpture thing. Or it used to be. Too many lowered cars, they had to take away the speed limit. And can you believe I used to get a little edumacation up in here? Well, this is definitely a big enough parking lot. Nice to cruise through here, like I was saying earlier. I'm gonna take a lap around and see the conditions, see if there's a bunch of nails and glass crap on the road first before you post up and play. So yeah, I actually love these parking lots that have the poles, because then you can actually use those to help you practice. You come in here and get your head turned. Notice how I'm staring my nose directly at that pole, and I can just hold my throttle steady. Then you can start working your body position. Shoulders rotated open, kind of pointing your sternum. Just riding circles around that. Let's see what's over here. Faculty only. Oh, we're not parking, right? We're just checking it out. So this is actually a pretty good little size lot right here. This faculty lot. It's a little bit chunky, but not a big deal. You can actually come in here and practice some of your slow speed stuff. So you can start with this whole rectangle, and then as you progress you can start, you know, working your way down smaller and smaller. Then you can start working on your figure 8 box and stuff like that. Go play over here though. out of this spot. See my funny face coming around the pole, kid. Go, guys. So there's a couple different looks at some figure eights, some U-turns, some sharp turns from a stop. All those things can be achieved with body position, using your clutch and friction zone, slipping that clutch, using your rear brake at times if you need it, and kind of using your throttle, revving up a little bit of RPM so that when you need to let that clutch out a little bit, feathering that clutch, that you have that power to the rear wheel available to you. So if you're going too slow, leaning over at those low speeds, then the bike can fall over, but if you give it a little bit of speed for stability and balance, it's going to help you stay upright. So hopefully this was helpful, and now we're going to cruise around some more. Check that thing out. Fun to mow around. Go kart. Yeah. And then you get off the bike and you remember you're severely injured and limping all over the place. Alrighty. Well, hopefully you guide the ride. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the ride. And we'll see you later.